Why hello there and welcome to my very first vlog. I'm very excited to have you here and I hope that you're excited to be here. When I first started this vlog I had a week off from work and I had plans to go on autumnal walks and go to art exhibitions, do loads of painting, but unfortunately a couple days in my poor sweet dear husband got rather sick and we spent 2 separate evenings at A&E doing loads of waiting in very uncomfortable positions. So the week ended up being not entirely what I thought it was. But the biggest positive to come out of it is having vlogged it. It made me look back and think, actually, you did alright. You did alright. I managed to do quite a bit of crocheting. I managed to go on a couple cute walks. I made some music for this vlog, which is very exciting, and I did a little bit of drawing. So all in all, we did it okay. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Look at that, that's so good. It's alright, I'm sure what you got is fine.
My current crochet project is called Skulls and Cones by Alice in Crochetland, and I originally started it about 3 weeks, I think, before Halloween, which in my mind was a decent amount of time given that I'm using rather a chunky yarn and the pattern worked up really fast. However, when you are a chronically tired girly who works a full-time job, who also has about 703 other hobbies, however long you think a project's going to take you, you need to triple that amount of time. I have learned this lesson at least 3 times this week, but it still doesn't sink in somehow. So it was meant to be for Halloween, but it clearly was not finished in time. However, I am of the opinion that skulls are cool all year round, and so I'm going to finish it and I'm going to wear it whenever I like. Hi, I am looking in the mirror because I'm not sure if you can see me. I'm still not sure if you can see me. In fact, I think I'm too tall. I think you can see me now. Hi, I'm going to move that. The thing I don't like is, there's my husband. The other thing I don't like is and so you will I think I'm gonna start over. Okay folks, I'm gonna save you the spiel and just give you the gist of what I was yabbering on about. Basically, I love how it looks so far. I think it is so cute. Unfortunately, I made the neckline way too wide, and as a result the collar, the ribbing is way too loose. I decreased like every third or fourth stitch, but I'm gonna go take that out and I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna decrease every stitch because it's really loose and I really want to cinch the neckline in. And I originally planned for this to be a sweater vest, that it wouldn't be too much of a project, but because you have to work in blocks of 32 stitches to make the full skull motif, it's kind of hard to do that, and I would have had to sort of shape the top, and I don't think I had the brain power to do that, particularly not this week. So we are going to add sleeves because I think it looks a bit strange without them. Do I want to? No. Will I? Maybe. At the time of this voice recording, I have done about 5 rows of said sleeves. So we'll see. I'm obviously sat in the car, waiting for my husband to finish his doctor's appointment. I have probably mentioned this somewhere already, but he's not been very well, so we're just getting him checked out. And while I wait, I'm going to carry on. I undid the ribbing this morning, so we've got a nice bare neck again. I really struggled to find where I joined everything, which I guess is a good sign, but it was a bit of a pain undoing it. But it's done. I'm going to now carry on, but I'm going to do single crochet in the back loop like normal, but I'm going to decrease every stitch now to really cinch that neck in. I think the biggest lesson learned here is that I made the neck way too wide initially on the actual panels, so going forward that's a lesson learned. I don't want to undo all that work, I really don't, so I'm going to do the ribbing as I said, and if it's still a bit too loose, still a bit too wide, then it's a lesson learned for next time. So I'm going to crack on with that and I'll check in a bit. And that, ladies and gents, is the face of a very unsuspecting lady who's going to spend another 6 hours at A&E and will do not a stitch of crocheting for the rest of the day, if you pardon the pun. So I'm just going to give you a real quick run through of what I'm doing at the moment. I am currently doing the ribbing, obviously, and I am, oh so elegantly, wow, I'm so fast, wow. I am doing a single crochet in the back loop of every stitch, as you can see there, and then when I get to the end, you'll see me stop in a minute. There we go. And I'm basically looking for the stitches because it's really hard to tell, and I'm going to then to sort of join that particular row to the neckline and the next row to the neckline. I'm going to single crochet into 3 stitches, and you can see it's really finicky because it's sort of around the edge of the neckline, so it's really hard to tell. Sometimes I literally just put a stitch in a random place, and then I chain 1 and turn my work and get rid of all the ends that are in the way, and I start over with single crochet in the back loop, and that's pretty much all I do for the ribbing. It's pretty fiddly, but gets the job done. Alright, I apologise if you can hear fireworks outside. It is only the 2nd of November, so I'm not entirely sure why they're happening, but I apologise if they're annoying. But I have redone the ribbing for the collar or the neckline, and it is much better. It's still very much sort of tends to be weighted that way. I'm not entirely sure why that is. Nana, if you're watching this, can you tell me why? Anyway, yeah, much better with, much happier with that. I did actually quite like how it sort of stood up a bit more when it was looser. It's quite flat now. So now I need to do the sleeves because I do look a bit like a flappy bird. These big old things, so I'm going to add some sleeves. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to add sleeves with the skull pattern or just do some double or triple crochets yet, and then I will definitely add ribbing here to there to cinch it in. I'm going to go away and figure out if it's better to do skull sleeves or just plain sleeves. I will most likely either way need more yarn. So I have added some single crochets just around the armhole here, because when you work on the side of a row there's no discernible stitch and it's really annoying. So just to avoid that annoyance, I've added single crochets all around, and now I'm going to start the sleeve. I've decided that I do not have the brain power to try and do skull sleeves, so we're gonna start with triple crochet, maybe triple crochet, chain one, triple crochet, and see how we get on. We may have to change it, but yeah, wish me luck. Alright, this is as far as I have come with the sleeve. Please ignore the dehumidifier in the background. I don't like it. I don't like it, so I think what I'm going to do is undo that and do a granny stitch. So 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, and then crochet in the chain space. But I need to make sure that I have the right amount of stitches for that to work, because I've kind of just been winging it, and I think that's my problem. I need to not wing it. So I will check in a bit. Alright, so I wasn't intending for this segment to be so dramatic. That being said, by this time it was the day before I was going back to work, and with everything that had happened throughout the week, I was pretty much feeling the exact amount of angst one might get when watching a 90s teen boy band music video on MTV. So I took myself out, got myself some fresh air, just distanced myself a little bit from everything, and it did the trick. It inspired me to make some art, which you will see in just a bit. But yeah, as I'm sure you are well aware, it just goes to show that the stuff we put on social media is only the highlight reel, really, and sometimes there's so much more going on.
If you are fortunate enough to have a Greggs in your vicinity, or if you are not, go and find one, because I have unlocked my new favourite drink and you need to try it. Order a cappuccino and ask for orange syrup. It's like a Christmassy hug in a mug.
Looking for an Amy Wheeler? We believe she's in your property. Amy once told Steve that the first time she enters any building, she looks for every possible escape route. Steve used to do it himself, but as he's got older, the first thing he looks for is where the loo might be. Just keep following the clues. By the way, did you notice the loo roll in the toilet isn't double ply? I never go to the toilet, Stevie, says Rosie, looking up from her phone. You know that.
Alright, so as you can probably tell from the lack of crochet content for a good couple of minutes, I ran out of yarn. I made decent progress with the sleeve, but I ran out of yarn. I ordered more, and don't know what to say. Crochet gods were not with me this week. I could have sworn I ordered white, but the email says I ordered aqua, the order confirmation, so I don't know what to say. Chalk it up to exhausted human error. Anyway. Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do is show you the progress that I have made on one sleeve. I was hoping to have the jumper finished by the end of the vlog, but I think it's just testament to the fact that I'm a slow crocheter, and that's okay. Sometimes it takes me a good couple months to finish one project, and that's okay. We're gonna go with that.
Alright, so I've decided to end the vlog here, but I don't know how to do it. So I'm just going to say thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that you stuck with me, and I'll see you in the next one.